The Dynasty. The Dynasty. The Dynasty.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey world, what's good? It's your boy LG, and you are now tuned into the Emperor's Court. This thing is crazy. I'm telling y'all, man, today's a good day. You know, I'm just over it, man. There's a whole lot of stuff we gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about some heavy shit today. Today's a heavy shit day. You know, we got to get it out. Got to talk about it. And I really was kind of debating on talking about some of these topics. I really don't. You know, I don't know. Sometimes like some of these topics, I just try to I make my point and move on about it. But especially the big one that we're gonna be talking about later today. And just because the process is ongoing, some of these situations are ongoing, and I got to, you know, I don't want to like be like, oh my god, you know, and make several videos on the topic. I just don't want to be that type of person. I don't. But yeah, it's crazy, and it's just sad that, you know, a lot of this stuff it has to be said, but it's going to be said. So yeah. Before we get into anything, I want to let y'all guys know, y'all know how this goes. When I speak my opinion. This is my thoughts, my opinions. Everything ain't gonna be perfect, but we are going to, you know, it's just gonna be my opinion. That's it. You know, you may not agree with me, you may not like it. That's fine. You're welcome to disagree with me, but when we start talking about trying to stop people from speaking because you don't like said opinion, we have a problem. All right, we got a serious problem. You feel me? So today's topics are going to be pretty straightforward, pretty solid, you know, pretty heavy topics to talk about. But I wanted to get that out the way. So if you guys got any questions, you don't understand where I'm coming from, or if I make a mistake or I miss some information, please let me know. You know what I'm saying? Please be respectful in the comments. If I forget something, I forget something. It is what it is. You know, let me know. I'll go back and check it, and you know, we can talk it out. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get the light shit out of all of this out the way, because in comparison to what we're talking about, it is light. But this just so happens to be a good idea for I wanted 3 topics to talk about, and this one just happened to be the third one. All right, so today we're gonna start with this shit. Yeah, this shit. Y'all see it. And honestly, like, a lot of people been complaining about shit like this, and to be completely honest, this isn't nothing new. You know, people have been doing edits for a while, and I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it. But this is supposed to be an edit of Spy X Family, and for those who don't know about what Spy X Family is, this is the original, what the original character looks like right here, if you guys can see it. Matter of fact, let's pull this up just a bit so you guys can see right there. This is what the girl looks like right here. The young lady, the little girl in question. I have not seen the show or read the manga. I'll probably need to. You know, I probably need to, just to check it out and see what's up with it. This isn't the only time this anime in particular got under fire. This scene in particular was under fire from TikTok because, you know, the father was praising their child, and this was supposed to be looked at as inappropriately. The father was being inappropriate with the child, which was rather stupid, for lack of a better term. But we had that issue, and then now we have the main, you know, the little girl here being blackwashed, as you can see, you know, being changed to fit the black narrative. And oh man, I'm honestly, to be quite frankly with y'all, I'm really over it, and this discussion is a little tiring. You know, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, this discussion is tiring. I will say this, there's nothing wrong with doing these edits if you want to do them. You know, that's cool, that's your little thingy thing, that's great. But where I draw the line is the captions or the implications that y'all try to put under this shit, right? You know, it's not for representation. Okay, let's make this clear. You know, everybody wants to complain about representation in anime, blah 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 blah. Look, anime is Japanese based, right? And if you thought we were a minority here in America, it's even worse in Japan. Okay, it's like 0.02% or some shit like that. I don't remember right now, but I know for a fact that we're a minority, even more of a minority in Japan, right? So when they do see anything about America or anything American based, for the most part, it's white, blonde hair, blue eyes, all that shit, right? Now there have been some exceptions. Of course, Baki comes to mind off rip. Afro Samurai is another one, but especially with Baki, you know what I'm saying, there's a black character in Baki, right? Mr. Olivia, I believe is his name, if memory serves me correct. And of course, like I said, Afro Samurai. There's a list of black anime, right? And a lot of people don't understand that, like, it exists, right? This idea of representation, it's really getting old and tired, because really at this point, it's not about representation anymore. It's about trying to control a narrative or take things over, blah blah blah, whoop de whoop. That's what I'm looking at from my standpoint. Like, I am all for representation. That's fine, you know what I'm saying? But there is a difference between representation and what some of these niggas be doing, okay? I'm just gonna say it just like that. Okay, most of these motherfucking clowns do shit like this and then want to sit up here and say, oh, well, white people whitewash characters out of hate and racism. Black people do it because it's no hate towards the original character design. It's done out of love. It's no hate. It's because we need representation. We need representation. We're just doing it because we love the character design, but it would be better if it were black represented, you know, if for representation purposes. We're doing it out of love. Y'all realize how retarded that sounds, right? Like, y'all literally realize how retarded that sounds. It's literally stupid, because it's literally, well, it's okay when we do it. When we do it, it's okay. But when other people do it, when white people do it, it's a problem. And the Japanese are looking at y'all like y'all motherfucking crazy, because y'all literally are doing the same thing that y'all accuse the white folks of doing. Like, let that sink in for a second. Y'all are literally accusing, they're doing the same thing you're accusing the white people of. That's a problem. If y'all don't see the issue with that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And what's funny about the shit is, this is perfectly fine, and people were like, "Oh, the racists are out here being racist, and you know they're mad at it," and they have every right to be, because that's not what this is. This is originally a Japanese character. Y'all don't know how that works. Y'all stupid, bro. But if you're gonna be okay with this, and you're encouraging this, you can't get mad when people do shit like this. This right here. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw this shit, I died laughing, because this shit was funny. People were mad, legitimately mad at this shit. Like, come on now, this shit's hilarious. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly the redneck boondocks. It's hilarious. If you're gonna do shit like this should be okay. But let's take a look at something, right? Let's look at something, right? I want to open up another tab here, right? So let's look at the quote retweets here for this. Okay, right? Oh, we got another one that's people are getting inspired by doing this, right? Oh, people are anime Twitter trying to keep the racism in. You know, arm drawn are my style. And then of course you got people doing shit like this. You know, racists racists aren't people, they don't have valid opinions, and this, that, and the third, right? Calling people racist because you don't agree with this. You feel me? Oh, the quote retweets sound like people who wear white robes. I'm just saying, like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, who the fuck comes up with these people? Y'all don't show y'all face on this fucking app. Don't nobody take y'all fucking serious. And this is the funny part, because somebody says exactly what I'm saying. Whenever an artist makes fan art of a dark-skinned character and they change the colors, even to the slightest, it's already considered racism. If y'all think this is okay, shouldn't it apply in reverse? Right? People are literally arguing over this. People are thinking this shit's okay. But if you look at the quote retweets for this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, they messing with our stuff. They effing with our shit. They doing this. They this back. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is this? You know, of course you got people that actually like, I watch this. You know what I'm saying? But like, stuff like this is really, it's really ridiculous. You understand? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's nothing wrong. Once again, there's nothing wrong with doing edits, right? If you want to do edits, or you feel like, you know, it would help your art a bit, that's cool. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. But when you start trying to make it about representation and this, that, and the third, especially when we already have original black works, we have a problem. And the other reason why doing edits is bad, not to mention too, when you start doing edits, that's pretty much all you're known for. That's the other problem that a lot of people don't tell you, that when you start doing edits and stuff like that, doing your original works becomes harder to do your original work. Why? Because people aren't there to see your original work. They like to see the edits, you know. But that's a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother can of worms, right? Like I said, my thing is, it's not a problem. If you want to do it, that's cool. But stop trying to blame it on representation, because it's not the case. This idea of lack of representation, it's fucking anime, okay? It's Japanese based. If you're that concerned about your own anime, make your own. Okay? Cannon Busters comes to mind. It's not hard to do. It's not hard, please. Like, y'all niggas ain't done no fucking sense. Well, well, whitewashing exists, but blackwashing doesn't. Stupid. If one exists, the other one has to. Like, y'all, this is why gatekeeping is essential. This is exactly why gatekeeping is essential, because it keeps idiots like y'all that believe in, y'all think whitewashing is a thing, but y'all don't believe blackwashing is a thing. Y'all don't even watch, some of y'all don't even watch anime, but y'all will sit up here and preach the same old tired points. Because if you really watch anime, you would understand that it's Japanese based. And I said that multiple times already. But it's something that y'all should get by now. The anime came from Japan. And in Japan, they have their own viewpoint. Stop trying to make it fit the West standards or your standards. It's not going to happen. Cut it out. It's not that fucking hard, people. Fucking Christ, bro. Like, please go watch something else. If big titty women, or, you know, seeing Japanese people in anime bother you that much, go find something else to watch, please. Okay, go watch Love and Hip Hop. If you want drama, go watch Love and Hip Hop. We got plenty of drama for you to watch. Please cut the shit. I'm over it. Fucking done. Like, anime is not like, y'all over here tripping about representation and shit. Like, cut the shit out, please. Like, I feel you, I get where you're coming from, but at some point this has got to stop, bro. Like these edits, y'all over here tripping over fucking edits. Like I said before, if y'all are gonna be okay with this, then y'all should be okay with this. Y'all know what was gonna happen. You knew it was gonna happen from the get-go. You knew it was gonna happen. The minute you did this and put this out on the internet, you knew something like this was gonna happen. And you can't be mad about it. Not fucking hard, people. What up, Legend? What's going on, bro? We out here. For those of y'all just coming in, we are on the Emperor's Court. You know what I'm saying? We over here talking about some heavy ass shit. This guy finished talking about this whole blackwashing an anime thing everybody be tripping about, you know, doing these edits. You know, it's fucking stupid, I tell you. Fucking dumb. Anywho, we're gonna get into the next one. All right, shout out to Waifu Watchers on that one, by the way. That was hilarious. All right. So we're gonna get into the next topic real quick. And we're gonna talk about an account on Twitter that's been really pivotal in showing off some some funny shit, at least to me, right? And we're gonna talk about some we're gonna switch gears here to a very interesting account that has been under fire as of late, and that is Libs of TikTok. As you guys can see right here, Libs of TikTok. And this account is basically, their tagline is bringing you news you won't see anywhere else. All videos belong to the respectable owners, along with their email for doing business, right? And this account has been vital because they do things like, I'm gonna actually we're gonna open up another tab here and we're gonna show you some of Libs of TikTok here, because there we go. So this is some of the stuff that they talk about right here. They talk about basically, especially aiming at the teachers, teacher show slideshow, excuse me. They play for students to come out as trans non-binary. Students were taught that people can be born in their own bodies and sometimes aren't a boy or girl, right? Stuff like this, right? And then of course, they've recently been targeted by one by the name of Taylor Lorenz. And here's a quick little clip. You know, Taylor Lorenz basically exposed recently Libs of TikTok's identity, which is I believe it's a white woman. I believe that was over the account. I think she mentioned it a while back, but it was one of those things like, you know, it just recently popped up. So here's the video. We're gonna play the clip here.
I think it's rare to see an account gain so much prominence so quickly and be shaping these narratives in such an effective way, especially against trans people. So my story was kind of long, but I really wanted to make the case like why this account mattered. And I think it's incredibly important, you know, as someone that covers the influencer industry, to know who is exerting influence in this way. I mean, for all we knew, this could have been a foreign actor, right? Or someone we just didn't know. And so I thought, hey, look, this account has massive power, massive influence. This woman is basically on an entire right-wing media tour. She gave interviews to the New York Post, Tucker, all of that, and registered as a media company, registered a trademark. So yeah, I thought it was quite important and in the public interest to find out who was running it.
So there are several arguments against your article. One is that this person's identity was simply not newsworthy. That it doesn't matter.
All right, so that's the clip, y'all. That's the clip. that's one of the reasons. There's plenty of clips. Y'all can find this on Twitter to go see. You know, you can find this on Twitter. Look on the news about stuff like this, where Taylor Lorenz exposes libs of TikTok. I can't talk right now. Identity, because reasons, because it's this right wing extremist right wing stuff, right? Not the fact that people are literally calling for the assassination of libs of TikTok, which is not right at all. Like, and we're gonna get into that in a second, but like, this is just some of the stuff that people, this tweet is doing, right? And this is basically exposing people's TikToks, right? This is what this account is about. It's exposing people on TikTok, right? Their videos. These are their videos that these people put out on TikTok, explaining why you should talk to toddlers about gender. You feel me? Right? And also things like, wearing masks, right? And then of course, this is a good one, because basically what libs of TikToks does, this is literally what libs of TikToks does, right? Puts a mirror up in front of the progressives, and the progressives are getting mad. This is literally what her account is about. And of course, people don't like that. People don't like that. And this is the problem with a lot of left-leaning, especially extremist left-leaning people, is ironically enough, they don't like to be called out on their bullshit. And which is the main thing about how an idea can be challenged, right? It's the main thing about checking your ideas. And this is the problem with a lot of these left-leaning people, is that they don't want their ideas checked. Because anytime you check their ideas, or anytime you expose their ideas, it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. And with shit like this, it's an issue. And it only goes to further show what folks have been saying about these types of people for the longest, right? It goes to show you what folks have been saying. Hey, look, for these people that are left leaning, or all of these people, like, it's cool to want, equality. Is cool to want these things, but you got to be careful on the method. You feel me? Or if it's really valid, because the same people that are complaining about racism and all of this stuff, capitalism, how that's a problem, are oddly enough the ones that are racist and trying to get money from folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I've dealt with a particular clown individual that's left-leaning and that wants to ride my coattail, as well as Gothics and other people that don't agree with the narrative. The first thing they say is so-and-so is grifting. The first thing they say is so-and-so is racist. But then when you look deeper at what the left is portraying, you realize that they're really the racist ones. They're the ones that's really the problem. Like, why are you mad at people for not agreeing to share their sexuality with kids? Why are you mad that people don't agree with you coming out to children? Why would you, what sense does that make for you to sit up here and to talk about sexuality to a group of underdeveloped humans, aka children, right? And they're just gonna question everything. They don't know what the fuck's going on. You can't come out to adults. Why? You notice they can't do the shit with adults. Why is that? Because adults aren't going to believe that shit. They're going to just look at you like, okay, well, okay, if that's what you are, or you're going to have some that's not going to take you serious. And the reason why they're targeting children is because they know that children take everything at face value. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's an actual fact. What up, Aggie? How you doing? And the reason why they're targeting kids is because for that very reason. And what's crazy is these people don't even live in Florida, but you are over here making TikTok videos about something that's happening in a state that you're not even living in. That's the crazy part. You don't live in Florida. You're all the way in fucking California. And you're over here talking about, oh, well, it sets a precedent. The fuck? Exactly. The same kids that believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and you want them to take your sexuality serious. And you want the parents to stay out the fucking way. Let me make this clear, because I also got to make this clear for somebody, because somebody needs to understand this. Nobody cares about the fact that you're trans. Okay? You being trans is not the problem. I got to make that clear. You being bisexual, you being whatever sexual deviant you want to be is not the problem. I got to make that clear. Okay? You being trans is not an issue. It's not an attack on trans people. Y'all need to drop that shit because it's not an issue. Right? It's not. It's not an issue. Okay, you can love whoever you want, but leave the kids alone. That's the problem, is when you start trying to parade that lifestyle in front of children. I mean, openly. And trying to make them fit your lifestyle or make them be a part of your little cult. That's the problem. Is when you start making them trying to teach it to them like it's a life-changing thing, like it's something that's that's a life-altering thing. Okay, let's just be honest here. It's not. I mean, well, technically it is, but you get the point. Who you love is your business. That's not a problem. You can love who you want. But stop trying to put this narrative at homosexuality and transgenderism is under attack because people don't agree with your shit. And it's crazy because the super conservative people were just talking about how, oh, well, if we let gay marriage come through, well, then we're going to talk about pedophilia. And lo and behold, we got people that are trying to advocate for maps. I mean, so the super conservative people do have a point there. Leave the children alone, right? But when it comes down to doxing people, right? So let's get back into the main thing, doxing, right? The only way I personally think that doxing is remotely okay is if a person is literally a danger, a clear and present threat. And what I mean by that is this person is literally going out of their way, assaulting people, disrespecting people, making that their entire online basis, and I mean straight up. We're talking about physically assaulting people for sport. You feel me? People do like those little pranks and shit, like the Boot Gang. If y'all remember Boot Gang, where dude would just literally go and assault people and fuck up people's shit, try to steal from people. Like, okay, that's understandable. Like, I mean, a clear and present threat. But the reality of that is the numbers of that is extremely low. Let's just be real. The odds of somebody being a complete and total dick, completely low. Now, there's people that do trolling. There's people that put on a persona. And if you talk with people long enough, you'll start to dissect on what they do and how they do it and why they do it, right? But when you start just throwing it out here, and this is what a lot of left-leaning people do, you notice, look at the language, what they put on it. This person is a clear and present threat. They use what I just said and try to apply it to anybody who doesn't agree with their narrative. That's what I don't get with. It was around that time. It was around that time, I think, if memory serves me correct. But either way, there are trolls. Here's the thing about the internet. Like, there's trolls on the internet. Okay? Trolls on the internet. That's life. A lot of people need to understand that concept, right? There's trolls on the fucking internet. And this kind of goes back in line with the first thing with Blackwashing Anime that I talked about earlier. Right? There's trolls out there. And the thing is, a lot of people, especially with a lot of people that are so quick to dox and all of this shit for people, is that y'all don't realize that there's people that literally set situations up to troll y'all. Right? And you have to do the research. That's the problem. Nobody wants to do research now. And there's people that are literally taking advantage of this shit and start throwing out shit, buzzwords. Oh, well, racism, homophobia, transphobia, this, that, and the third. And of course, people are going to react to it because those are bad things. Nobody, you don't want to treat people wrong. It's wrong to treat people wrong because of their sexual orientation. That's a fact. It's wrong to treat people differently because of the color of their skin or their ancestry. It's wrong. Especially when they've done nothing to you. It's one thing if they've done something, right? It's one thing if, one tribe goes against a tribe, one tribe crossed another tribe, and then you got a war between tribes because of that shit. I can't talk, but you get the point. I think faster than I talk sometimes, y'all forgive me. But that's one thing. But it's a whole nother thing when you're treating somebody shitty because of, well, that person's white. White people suck. Or white people are racist. Or black people this, black people that. Cut the shit out. And most of these people that do this doxing shit, they do it to try to intimidate folks into silence. Y'all see how they do this? They attack sponsorships. They attack people's jobs. Like, y'all realize, right? And this is the problem that a lot of y'all don't get, right? When y'all do shit like that, do y'all not realize y'all make the situation worse? There's one or two main things that happen from this, right? One or two main things. Either one, their desired result is to get them to be quiet and to to basically shut them down, to stop talking about it because their job is on the line, blah 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 blah. That's a lot of people's desired result, right? The other result that a lot of people don't think about is it causes people to double down, right? I call it the double down effect, because what happens is when people speak up and they get faced with some kind of opposition, one of the things that goes through people's heads is, this might be right. What I'm thinking about or what I'm speaking on must have some degree of merit to it, because I'm not getting, and nobody's really challenging me. They're just trying to shut me up. They're just trying to stop me from talking. And this is literally what they do. They try to stop you from talking. Like I said, they're attacking your jobs. They're trying to find out where you work. They're doing all this FBI level shit because you don't agree with an opinion. You don't agree with the mainstream narrative, which isn't right. It's not right that you come out to children. I don't care what nobody say. It's not right. Your sexuality is your business. Leave the kids alone. And it's bad enough that adults can't even figure the shit out. So why the fuck are you trying to target children? Like, we got adults right now who don't know their own sexuality right now, that are confused about their shit. And you mean to tell me the solution to that is not to get counseling, but to talk to children, to come out to children? The fuck wrong with y'all? And the fact that y'all are literally sitting up here mad at a bill that is, one, more than likely not in your state, two, is not even, it's designed to protect children, which really from kindergarten to third grade is kind of low, if you ask me. It should be at least 5th or 6th grade. And you tripping about that, talking about it's a don't say gay bill? Well, you haven't even read it? Come on now. That just shows your own ignorance. And then to take it a step further, y'all talking about, well, if we talking about, if the bill says if we can't say gay, if the bill is don't say gay, then, well, we shouldn't say God either. Do you not know that there's a thing called separation between church and state that's been in place for years? Wow. Huh. That's a hell of a find, David B. You know, but I'm like, it's not right at all doxing people for this shit, because all Libs at TikTok is literally putting the mirror up, to y'all, and y'all are getting mad because y'all are getting exposed. Y'all are getting mad. Y'all are literally getting upset because the mirror is being put up to y'all. People are showing, somebody is showing the world what y'all are aiming for, and people are not agreeing with it. People ain't with it. All of a sudden, there's an attack on transgenderism. There's transphobia on the rise. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Let's just make that clear. No one's scared of y'all. We're just tired of the bullshit. No one's saying that you can't live the life you want to live. No one's saying none of that shit. It's when you force this shit on other people, plus trying to force that shit on the children, is where we have a problem. And folks ain't with it. But you want to, leak people's information to try to silence them. It ain't gonna work. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna get more people wanting to stand up to y'all. Once again, to those of y'all just coming in, welcome to the Emperor's Court. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to you, boy. Appreciate it. Disparity, Nasty, Misplaced, David B. Appreciate y'all. But like, I think doxing is not the end all. It shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be the first go to. And I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I've been saying it. Like I said, shit like that is reserved for people only that do the worst shit, right? And it should be few and far between. That's where I think if things like doxing and all of that shit should be, right? It should be few and far between. But the way these left-leaning people are making it seem like it's that any person that doesn't agree with the narrative is a clear and present threat, and that's not true. Because I guarantee you, if you actually take the time to talk to these conservative people or anybody who doesn't agree with you, you'll find out that they're more accepting than you think they are. They're just not with the bullshit. Like I said, for the most part, now there are some people that don't believe, that don't agree with homosexuality, transgender, all that stuff. That's fine. And I guarantee you, anybody that attacks you for that sole purpose is wrong. Especially when it's not the topic of conversation. However, what some of y'all need to realize is that not everybody's going to be with your lifestyle. That is a choice that you decided to make. I don't care how nobody puts it. I don't care. I was born this. No, you decided to make the choice to transition, or you decided to come out. That was your choice. Now, me personally, I respect your choice. You have a right to live just like anybody else. And anybody who picks on you and treats you like a second-class citizen because of that is wrong. But if you're being a dick to people and then trying to use your sexuality as a shield, or trying to be manipulative towards people and use your sexuality as a shield, we have a problem. I think that's about as clear as day. Doxing people should be few and far between. It's not, well, this person said something I don't like, so I gotta expose where they work. I gotta, talk to their manager. I gotta talk to their manager because I don't agree with their words. They're threatening my existence, my very way of life, when that's not the case. But then y'all won't say nothing to people. But y'all sit there, turn around, and literally wish death upon people who don't agree with you. But y'all supposed to be the tolerant ones. Okay. All right. All right. Telling you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling y'all, shit's weird, bro. You know, but oh man, I had to get that out, y'all. Once again, I appreciate y'all coming through. I definitely appreciate it. If you guys are new here, please sure to like and sub. I do music, gaming, vlogs, and also real talk shit like this. It means a lot, you know, if you guys would take the time to sub and all that good stuff. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't think TikTok needs to be banned. Because for every one of those people, and I agree, Anesi, I agree with Anesi, man. You work hard, bro. You keep working on that content. Shout out to Disparity, by the way. Dude works hard on his content, like, for real. But I don't think TikTok needs to be banned. I don't, because honestly, like with anything else, you can control what you see, and you can control what gets elevated to a degree, right? If you don't want to see something, you can literally block it, right? And that's what we have to start doing. We need to start. No, it's all good. We literally have to start changing up what we want to see, right? If we don't want to see that shit, we need to tell these clowns, these teachers, right, that we don't want to see it by reporting their shit, blocking their shit. I don't agree with this shit. You don't need this. That's not what a teacher's job is. And it makes it worse because honestly, what makes it bad is because my mother is in the teaching field and my mother doesn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother is in the teaching field, and she's also trying to become I think she's like a paraprofessional, I believe. And she's trying to get her teaching degree. And it sucks. Like, it sucks that you got to hear about that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom isn't that type of person. So when you think it's going to be crazy, because when you think teachers, you're going to be associated with that type of shit. And it ain't right. And I know some of these same people that are sitting up there getting mad about this shit is going to be like, well, what about those straight people who try to mess with kids? They're wrong too. Okay? Multiple things can be true at once. Multiple things can be true at once. It's wrong when the cis people do it. It's wrong when trans people do it. Y'all don't get to go under the radar because of this shit. No. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, my mom does paraprofessionals mainly for special ed kids. And, you know, it's, you know, she's told me some of the things that, you know, people are trying to do some of that shit here. And it's like, no, she's not with it. Now, granted, my mom's a little bit more on the religious side. You know, my mom's in church, but it's the same shit. You know, like sometimes I tell my mom, like, Mom, look, you know, you got to kind of be neutral with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Which she does. She does a pretty solid job with that. But, you know, when it comes down to beliefs and stuff like that, you got to kind of separate the thing, you know, church and state and all that. But like, that's my thing. Is like, it's sad that this is what's happening. And a lot of teachers are trying to go to TikTok because they don't get the validation at home. Like, okay, go get your shit validated. Go to see a fucking psychiatrist, something to go get your validation. Get your shit fixed, please. Leave the children alone. We don't want to, you know, teach them. They're supposed to learn. It's bad enough you know, they can't even learn the basic shit that they need to know. We don't even know about taxes. But now, you know, we can't learn about taxes still. But now for some reason we got to learn about, you know, transgender. I think learning taxes is a little bit more important. You know, learning real life shit is a little bit more important than that. Like, sexuality is only a part of who we are. It doesn't make up the entire existence. That is the big problem. Just leave the children, let the children teach them what they need to know, and be on about your merry way. Teach them math, teach them reading, teach them writing. It's not hard, people. You know, but but hey, that's what we got to work on. But all right, let me go ahead and get into this last topic for today. The last topic, we got to get into this. Y'all know we had to get it. This one I don't even know how to preface this one. Oh Lord. This Johnny Depp, justice for Johnny Depp, and what it has to deal with men, right? Now, I know celebrities' lives and the rest of us have different lives. They're different, right? And all that shit. I get it. But every so often, there are certain things that happen in society that shows up in the world, especially among celebrities. And this whole situation with Johnny Depp, hell, and I can even throw in Will Smith too, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about Johnny Depp mainly. But this whole situation with Johnny Depp is wild. It's one thing, like I said, when celebrities have their little spats or whatever, it's normally a thing where you just like, okay, celebrities have their little spats, okay, it's a celebrity thing, big whoop. But this is something that's literally has been shown in society, right? That's been overlooked in society for years. That when it comes down to men, we get the short end of the stick in a whole lot of ways. I'm going to make this clear, right? I'm not too versed on the story, but from what little I've read, Amber Heard needs to be locked up. Sorry. I hate to be that dude, right? Because I'm tired. I'm over the fact, because what happens to Johnny Depp legitimately happens to men on a regular basis. It is not uncommon for men to be treated like shit by women and still get in trouble for it, right? How many times in society have we been told that men are trash? Like, how many times have we been told that men are trash? How many times have we been told that we're constantly thrown under the bus? We're constantly disrespected. How many times have we been, told that, oh, well, we can't do anything to women because women are incapable of being harassing. We're told that women aren't capable, men are the only ones capable of harassment, of sexual misconduct. And I've said this before on several occasions, that it's wrong. It's wrong both ways. And we literally have a situation where, granted, Johnny Depp may not be perfect, but Amber Heard is definitely clearly in the wrong here. You're literally shitting in people's beds. Like, what kind of fool do you have to be? But yet it's believe all women. Yet it's believe all women. Men are trash. Men are this. You know, women are victims. And this is exactly what you get when you preach that narrative, because you have somebody that's literally doing something that is clearly wrong. If this shoe was remotely on the other foot, it would be a problem. If Johnny Depp did half of the things that was mentioned that Amber Heard did, this case would be solved within a year of the original incident. There wouldn't be no back and forth. There wouldn't be any back and forth. That's the crazy part about the shit. Shit like this is detrimental to men's mental health. That's the shameful part about this shit. There are plenty of women who are literally taught, and it's crazy. Look at how we've been taught. The difference between men and women as far as being raised is completely different. Look at how we've been taught. We're supposed to protect women. We're supposed to, men, protect women, provide for women. Do this, that, and the third. Put your life on the line for a woman. Meanwhile, women can get away scot-free. The world is your oyster. You can be whatever you want to be. It's wild. Y'all don't see the difference. And this sucks for men. It really does suck for men, because literally, like a lot of women don't understand this. I told a woman this, I think I was talking to somebody in our All Out podcast. I think I was talking to Sylphie, I believe, in the All Out podcast. We were having a discussion about something, and we were bringing up something along the lines of women's rights. And I said this simple. I remember saying this. It's like, look, you don't realize how easy it is for you as a woman. Like, you can easily say that, oh, well, this person, you can literally lie on somebody and get somebody's life ruined. Lie on a man and get their life ruined. Like, it's easy for a woman to literally sit there and ruin a man's life. You can just lie, and there's no consequences. Little to no consequence for it. What's even crazier is that the man's life, even when they find out it is a lie, his life is still fucked. Well, maybe he did do it. Well, you know, you can't be too sure nowadays. Like I said, until we get to the point where we as a society believe and agree that women are just as capable of sexual misconduct as men, we're going to keep running into this cycle. That's why this cycle keeps repeating itself, because we need to realize and we need to learn that sexual misconduct is wrong, period. And if you lie about certain shit, you should be held accountable. A woman needs to lose her job. If a woman lies to it about sexual harassment on the job, her job she needs to be either fired or suspended. Because what's going to end up happening is going to make shit worse for women, really. And I say that unironically because it's going to get worse for y'all if y'all keep this shit up. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Y'all thought the hiring rate was low now? Oh, please. Niggas ain't going to want to have nothing to do with y'all. Men ain't going to want to hire you at all. It doesn't make a difference if you're capable or not. Men ain't gonna want to hire you because guess what? They don't want to have to deal with you. And it's starting to happen now because of the Me Too shit. But y'all don't want to listen because y'all think y'all know everything. Well, look, if you've been sexually harassed, okay? My condolences. If you have truly been sexually harassed, my condolences go out to you because I understand that it's wrong. You feel me? I understand. I am not completely heartless. I understand. And I will, if you have been wronged, truly, I will agree with you. And if you're somebody that I know, and we cool, I don't mind going to bat for you if you have been wronged. But if I find out that you're lying, I'm not covering for you. I'm not. I can't do it. Not going to do it. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit up here and let you lie on a man about sexual assault when it didn't happen. And some of y'all don't even know what sexual assault is. Just because somebody talked to you or gave you a compliment or said something that was a little bit rude, that's not sexual assault. Because assault is physical. That's the crazy part about the shit. But y'all really out here. Y'all really out here mad at the shit. I'm trying to find this real quick because there's something that I'm looking for. And I can't, of course I can't find it, but you know, it never fails. One time a female student was grabbing me by the, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yep. I remember you telling me, Legend. Yeah, my apologies to you, man. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, man. Like, you realize we have to take that shit on the chin. That's the part that really irks my nerves, is the fact that we have to take this shit on the chin, right? But if we look at a woman in the wrong way, we stare at her for too long, and let me put it like this: if you stare at a woman and you ugly, right, or you look at a woman and you compliment her and you ugly, that's harassment. That's a shame. That should never be that. Never be that. Never. Everybody wants to talk about toxic masculinity. Oh, masculinity, toxic masculinity. But then, literally, we have Amber Heard. We got Jada Pinkett Smith. But for whatever reason, toxic femininity doesn't exist. That's weird. Huh? But for some reason, you know, me telling a woman that, you know, me talking to a woman or me complimenting a woman, you know what I'm saying, in my own way is a problem. Is toxic masculinity. You know, David, it would have been funny if you would. It would have been funny if the girl was. It would have been funny if the girl was an attractive girl too. It would have been crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if the chick was like an ugly girl though. It would have been. Because it's over. Like, I'm over this. As men, like it's y'all don't realize y'all making this shit harder for men. Y'all want men to be subservient to y'all. It ain't gonna happen like that. Not in the way you think. Because what you gonna end up doing, you gonna end up fucking yourself up. And then we got people like praising this shit, talking about, oh, I'm joking. Like, I'm gonna use this. This one's via Della Croy. Shout out to Della on this one. Black China tells court she was joking when she put a gun to Rob Kardashian's head and iPhone cord around his neck. What part of this is the joke? Somebody help me understand. What part of this is a joke? Putting a gun to somebody's head. Lock them up. I don't care how fat her ass is. Lock them up. You do some stupid shit like that, you put somebody's life in danger, you should be held accountable for it. No, you're good, Taser. Welcome in, by the way. Bitch needs to be locked up. We need to start talking about toxic femininity. How a lot of these women, it's been approved that they're toxic. You know. I agree, you know, and I agree. You know, women will sit up here and whine, you know, women are whining about the, you know, men going their own way. Or, you know, now don't get me wrong. Or they'll call it, what is it, red pill, you know. Or they'll call it incel pilled or whatever. Or they'll quick to call men incels. But sit up here and want their money. Fucking stupid. Like, we need to stop. We need to stop it. I'm a tomboy, so I've had more guy friends than females due to a lot of how not only how they treated each other, but how the guys in my life were best friends and had my back. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. But yeah, he has a wife and a daughter. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it is what it is, you know. Oh, trust me, I can imagine. You know, some folks got stories. I believe it. I believe some folks have stories. I believe they do. You know what I'm saying? I believe that a lot of people were definitely you know, I bet I'm willing to bet that people got, yeah, some of y'all got stories to tell, you know, and maybe some, you know, someday we'll sit down and have a discussion about it. But it's just, at this point, like I said, there's a war on common sense, right? It's a war on fucking common sense at this point. You know, it's a war on common sense. We got people out here really trying to control how things are, and it's not right. And the problem is a lot of people do not want to cover this. A lot of people are not willing to have this discussion. That's the sad part. And it's what's even crazier is you're being penalized. They're trying to penalize people for having common sense discussion. For, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy part. Like, you're literally, I'll be under fire because I don't believe in toxic masculinity. And I'll be under fire for pointing out how women can be toxic. But, you know, they won't say nothing about those type of women. Taking up for the bro. You know what? At this point, what would you rather do? Of course you're going to protect your friend. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Let's be real. If that's your friend, you're going to protect him. Right? Which is understandable. I understand. Hey, look, if that is your friend, if somebody is your friend, you protect your friend. Right? We've all been taught that. You protect your friends. You protect those that you feel close to. No, Legend, you're just stupid for saying stuff like that. I'm not saying that's not misogyny and racism. That's just stupidity. But that's another topic. Anywho, and straight and real, yeah. Women are majority of domestic abuse cases. What do you mean? The majority of victims, or majority of victims, or the majority of aggressors? Majority of the abusers. Okay, abusers. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, nobody talks about that, because if you were to do a simple Google search of, you know, if I were to do a simple Google search of my wife is yelling at me, you know, it would be different of if my husband's yelling at me. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna try that. Let's try something here. Let's do something here. Let's look at something. We're gonna look at something. I'm gonna do a quick little. Right. So this is watch this. I just typed this in. Okay. My husband is yelling at me. The first thing that pops up: domestic violence support. Right? My husband is yelling at me. You get domestic violence. That's the first thing you get, right? So let's see. Let's change this to wife. Right? Huh. That's crazy. It doesn't. There is no domestic number here. That's weird. Let's go back, right? Relationship abuse, right? You get all of this. You get all of this extra stuff. This 6 effective ways to stop your husband from yelling at you, right? This is ridiculous. You got to resort to Reddit posts. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Reddit, but come on now. It's not the place to, to go for shit like that. Like, where's the domestic hotline for that? Telling you, people are backwards, man. Shit needs to be addressed. And that is the problem that we need to have. And until, like I said, until we take the time, right, for ourselves, because that's where it starts. It starts with us as a person. Okay, what do I need to do better? What can I do better? What do I, first off, understanding what you believe in, what you agree with, all that good stuff, right? That's how we fix that. That's how we start. We start with what you believe in. Okay, if you don't agree with something, you can voice that opinion. Start talking with your, circles and stuff like that, or, content creators that you talk with. Cool. If they're down to have the conversation, cool. Right? Talk about it. Find out where you agree and disagree, and then find out your problems. Find out where you need to fix, and then you go from there. And then do your best to uphold it. That's really all you have to do. Literally, do your best to uphold what you believe in. It's not hard. I made a list. Lord have mercy. That said well noises. That's pretty much what it is. Like, it shouldn't be that at all, right? Common sense, bro. Sexual misconduct is wrong, period. No matter who does it, right? Doxing people should be few and far between. And for the love of God, stop it with this edits of anime, please. Okay, edits of anime, cool, don't get me wrong, but like, stop making it about a race, please. Okay, if it's okay to make an edit black, don't be surprised if they take a black edit and make her white. Okay, if they take Nessa and make her white, it is what it is. Right? Common sense, people. It's not hard. It is not hard. It's not hard at all, y'all. Not hard. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Just put it like that. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. I really want to hear what y'all guys have to say. Leave a comment below. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Taser, David B, Only One, 23KM. Appreciate you. Disparity, Anasi, Aki, Misplaced. Thank y'all. Daniel, good to see you. It's been a minute. And Owe, appreciate you for coming through as well. And it's always a pleasure, man. For those of y'all that, once again, if you guys haven't already, be sure to like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Share this around, because folks, we need to see this. Folks need to see this. Common sense. Folks need to learn how to have some form of responsibility, common sense. I'm telling you, it's not hard, right? But if you guys got anything else y'all want to talk about, maybe I'll do a segment where I let y'all talk. We can talk about some things and all that shit. You feel me? But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next time. All right, peace and God bless.
The Dynasty.